NASDAQ market is hurting today. What's going on, guys? It's Ricky here with TechBut Solutions. Hope that you guys are all having an amazing Thursday. I want to provide you guys with a super quick stock market update. I hope that you learned something new. And if you do, please consider dropping a thumbs up and subscribing if you feel like we earned it. So let me go ahead and start sharing my screen. Overall, NASDAQ market is in the red. But in all honesty, I mean, based off of what we see going on right now, it's kind of showing signs of a potential support already. One thing that I want to point out very quickly, the 1 minute time frame doesn't mean much to me. On the 30-minute time frame, I want to point this out so you are all aware. We are testing our support range on NASDAQ, which is QQQ, on the moving average on the 30-minute time frame. If we break below this, we could have a second leg back down. And again, that's something to take into consideration, especially as we have big tech reporting earnings next week. Amazon, Microsoft, Google, Apple, you guys know the deal. This week, the big focus for tech and for NASDAQ, in my opinion, was Tesla and Netflix. And guess what? Both of them are in the red. Tesla selling off, down nearly 7% on the day so far. Looks like we're, again, showing signs of a potential support, and hopefully it stays there. But if you guys can look at based off of previous patterns, this doesn't surprise me. Nice little pullback. And again, it's not the end of the world. It's definitely just a nice little pullback, especially if you're a long-term investor. I get really excited anytime I'm invested in something and it's very overbought and it pulls on back. It just gives me another opportunity to buy back into it, right? The thing that I want to point out is a series of also economic reports that were released this morning. I want to make sure that you are kept up to date with what's to come potentially by next week, right? Initial claims and continuing claims. Initial claims are the number of people that are filing for unemployment for the first time. That came in a little bit lower than what was expected, 228K versus 240K. So what that is telling us is that less people are filing for unemployment. But continuing claims, people that continue to file for unemployment, came in at 1754, and the prior was 1721. So more people have continued to file for unemployment, but less people are new. Again, kind of contradicting on that side, but overall, remember, if the labor market is shown to be stronger than what was expected, then that can support the case for a larger interest rate hike from the Federal Reserve. And as of right now, check this out. This is actually, whoa. Check this out. I don't know if this has actually bugged out, but now we're seeing a 99.6% probability that the Federal Reserve is, I think something happened because it was just that 98% that the Federal Reserve was going to be raising interest rates. Oh, it looks like it is still, right? So oh, no, it looks like it's switched as of right now. Previous day probability as of right now, there's a 99.6% probability that supposedly the Federal Reserve is not going to raise rates. I'm going to have to follow up with this because that was not what it was saying earlier today. So that's actually quite interesting. But the reason I say this is anytime that, again, our economic data is showing that it's doing pretty well, especially on the labor market side, then for that case, the Federal Reserve can see that the labor market and our overall economy can take a hit from a larger interest rate hike. If you're going to be asking the question, when is the next FOMC meeting? Again, I do want to remind you that we will be live streaming it next week, and that is on Wednesday, 2 p.m. Eastern time. And all I literally ask you to do is to make sure that you subscribe to the YouTube channel. And of course, drop a thumbs up on this video if it's not too much to ask. So we talked about Tesla being in the red, the other company that also reported earnings that is not doing too hot today. Check this out. Very unfortunate, but it's Netflix. Netflix is down 9% on the day, and you can see that it aggressively pulled on back. And right now we're testing our support level, but of course it could continue to form lower lows and lower highs. Now this is for our active traders. One of the things that I want to point out is this morning NASDAQ was beginning to indicate signs of an uptrend. We were testing that same resistance range, and this was actually all caught in my live trading session today with the LPP team. So again, LPP team is the team that gets to watch me trade live every day. If you want to watch me trade live as soon as tomorrow, it's the second link in the description down below. But a trade that I took was SQQQ, and check this out. I closed out my position, so I only left myself with my one lucky share. And how is it that we're able to make this happen? One of the things that I want to point out is that we waited for confirmation. I already had a position as it was showing signs of a support here. I had my stop loss set, and if you're part of LPP, you would have seen that. I had my stop loss set at 16.83, meaning that if it broke below that, meaning that if QQQ began and continued to indicate signs of an uptrend, then I would have cut losses. But just based off of previous patterns. It got rejected. We waited for that sell signal. We waited for that confirmation. And then that's when I stepped on the gas. I added more, I added more, I added more, showed signs of consolidation. I reduced it. It pulled on back, added more, added more, added more. And then again, we reached overbought levels around 1752. And we've been consolidating and lacking progress here ever since. Now, if you're asking the question, Ricky, why would you lock in profits right now if it's still in the green? One of the things that I like to focus on is if there's no signs of continuous progress, any open position is a position that's open to risk. And because of that, if there is no continuous progress on the upside, then again, I am taking or putting myself at risk because I have an open risky position, as we've seen that the market's been more bullish than it has been bearish. So because of that, I did not hesitate to reduce my position size and close out that trade for the day. So if this thing pulls on back and then, pulls back enough that it begins to show signs of a reversal, I would love to get back in. I'll get back into TQQQ if needed. But as of right now, one thing that I want to wait out for is my main focus, and this is what really the whole video should be about. And I know not enough people are gonna focus on it. We're at a critical point right now on NASDAQ on the 30-minute time frame. I want to see if we find signs of a support here and begin to recover, or if we get rejected here and begin to sell off. I think that will be a great sense of direction to tell me a little bit more if I should be going into SQs again, or if I should go long and go into TQ. So very excited to follow up. I'll keep you guys up to date. And again, if you guys have any questions, especially if you're just getting started, remember it's free to be able to message me via Discord, and that's the first link in the description down below. Also, again, friendly reminder, if you want to be able to watch me trade live as soon as tomorrow, that's going to be the second link in the description down below. I do appreciate your guys' time. Hope and wish you guys an amazing end to the week. And like always, let's make sure that we end the year on a green note. Take it easy, team.